16,000 years ago in this area, there were people living here. Who were they?
Mill workers.
No, not 16,000 years ago. How about you?
Amish people?
No, this is a hint. Anyone else?
Native Americans.
Native Americans, right? The Indians. What was the name of the tribe here? Lenni Lenape. And that's they're still around. Who was that?
William.
William Penn. Yeah. Well, this is William Penn in here. He's getting the charter. 1681. William Penn gets the charter and starts this state called Pennsylvania, right? What?
Sylvania means forest.
You guys really are well trained. You get that? We always say just Pennsylvania like it's one big thing, but it's Pennsylvania.
They're
So
well educated.
Yeah, so it's woods that belong to William Penn. That's what Pennsylvania initially was. And he starts laying out townships. You're organizing the land into sections, and he puts his finger on the map here, and he's going to put a Newtown right here. And that's where we are today. We're in Newtown. Here's Penn's original plan. And then he invites people to come over and buy land, and the people that he initially invited who were the people that founded Newtown?
Pilgrims?
Close. A related group. It's a religious group. If that gives you a hint.
Puritans?
No, that's the Pilgrims.
Quakers?
The Quakers. The Quakers. William Penn was a Quaker. And so when they first came here, this is one of the first buildings they built in the new town. It's Newtown Square Friends Meeting. Still exists, slightly larger, but it's up on Route 252. And if you ever go there on Colonial Day for the tours, you can see the outline of this old house, old meeting house in the new one. So we know that around 1750, they kept records for taxes because you always have to pay taxes to the government. And we know that in this site around here, one of the first buildings that was built was a wheelwright. A wheelwright. So what's a wheelwright?
My factory.
Well, it's a person that builds wheels or repairs them. So, and why would you need a wheel? A wagon. Yeah. What else? A windmill? Yeah, you could do that for a windmill. Would you use a wheel for that? That's higher level. That's
Gears.
That's gears. But this guy probably could build gears too. So in this area where you are, there was a wheelwright. And then one of the first mills. What's a mill?
Like a wood mill where they cut wood, or a paper mill.
Right.
It's where they make stuff.
Yeah, it's basically like a factory where they make things. But they do it here on Darby Creek because we have water running by. Is that what you're going to say?
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
So the water goes from the river into a, can't remember the name of it, but it's like a chute.
Right?
It's a little man-made ditch that the water goes through.
Right.
And then it turns the wheel, which turns the rod, which then comes down to the machine or whatever you're using. And then the water goes back out into the river.
Right. So a mill works water power because there were no engines back when we're talking about in the 1700s, right? 1760s.